No, I'm not in the car. I'm not in the car. I'm in my room. That's my camera. I'm recording myself. Alright, so, fuck me. Alright, so we're gonna read the summary. Okay, so Hans Eysenck was an early proponent of the biological approach to personality. He argued that personality can be divided along 3 primary dimensions. He called these extroversion, introversion, neuroticism, and psychoticism. Eysenck argued that differences in personality are largely based in inherited biological differences. Research suggests that introverts are more sensitive to stimulation than extroverts, and that extroverts may be more attracted to rewards. Personality researchers have identified general inherited dispositions called temperaments. Psychologists argue that temperaments are largely inherited and that these inherited dispositions interact with experiences to form adult personality traits. Children identified as inhibited show a fear of unfamiliar situations that other children do not. There is evidence that this tendency remains fairly stable throughout childhood and may continue to contribute to problems like social anxiety. Evolutionary personality psychology uses the concept of natural selection to explain the development and survival function of human personality characteristics. Theorists point out that anxiety often results from events related to social rejection. They argue that because social isolation decreases the chances of survival and reproducing, the evolution of anxiety has helped the species survive. Research on temperament has important implications for education. Studies find that children identified with a difficult temperament pattern and those identified with a slow to warm up pattern perform more poorly in school than children identified with an easy temperament pattern. Research suggests that children learn best when the demands of the learning environment match the child's temperament. Personality researchers often use physiological measures in their research. Some researchers use encephal. It is oh my gosh. EEG, electroencephalograph. EEG data to look at individual differences in emotions. They find that differences in the activity levels of the right and left halves of their cerebral hemispheres are associated with differences in mood. Some research indicates that people inherit different base rate levels of brain activity in the 2 hemispheres and that this difference may make them more likely to experience certain emotional experiences. One last paragraph.
Okay.
One strength of the biological approach is that it ties personality psychology to the discipline of biology. In addition, research in this area has identified realistic limitations for the blank slate model of personality development. Another strength of the biological approach is its strong emphasis on research. Criticisms of the approach include the difficulty researchers have when testing some of their ideas. Other criticisms are that researchers have not agreed upon a single model for temperament and that the biological approach provides little information about behavior change. Some of the key terms are behavioral approach system, BAS, behavioral inhibition system, BIS, cerebral asymmetry, which is a difference between your left lobe and your right lobe, inhibited children who are less likely to talk in social situations, uninhibited children who are more likely to go out and talk to people in new social situations, and temperaments. And that's it. Hey. Bye.